This is an energetic body, and then another layer of an energetic body, and another layer, and another layer, and our bodies go really far out from us. So that's also why when someone comes into your space, you're like, I know someone's there, because they were in your energetic body.
Is it the same thing when
Your energy
you can
field.
tell when someone's looking at you?
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Midnight Oil, everybody. We are in person. Holy cow.
Whoa.
And featuring my mother. Yahoo, yippee, I'm super excited. This is our first in-person episode. I don't know, we're going to have to figure out the camera thing because I don't know where I'm going to be looking, but I think it's going to be like in this general direction. But today we are talking about all kinds of stuff because our little astral projection episode turned into a much bigger can of worms than I thought.
A snowball.
Quite literally, we have communed into the same location to kind of tackle. And let me get something real quick. I'm very professional. I have a notebook that was originally for, I started doing Algebra 1 again. Because I realized at work that my math skills were declining rapidly. So, but I have a bunch of questions for my mom because I did not know a single thing that came out of your mouth when you called me on our last episode. So I have decided that between you and Tab, maybe you guys can answer some of my questions, and depending on how this goes, maybe you'll be able to answer other people's questions as well. And maybe I'll actually learn something. And maybe you'll learn something. And maybe you'll learn something. So, without further ado.
Let's burn that oil.
So first, I want to kind of go over, when I first got here, you had a sanctuary before this.
Well, hold on. Who are you and where are we?
Yeah.
I was working on it. Yes, who are you?
Hi, I'm Mom. I answer to Mom, but my name is Melissa, or Mel, and I hold space in Cincinnati, Ohio. I had a rental space that I rented prior to this for a little over 18 months. And I knew the whole time that I wasn't going to be there long. When I signed the contract, I looked at the person and I'm like, look, in my family, we buy things, we don't rent things long, and so I won't be here too long. And 18 months was longer than I thought, but I worked really hard on manifesting a larger space and a space that I could just paint everything different colors. And this place was on the market and no one had bought it.
I would like to also add that you have always liked coloring things many different colors.
Yeah.
And I feel like that has bled into my life, whether it was willingly or not, because I love just all kinds of colors, and I never match. Like, I can't dress myself 95% of the time.
Is that why you're wearing black and white?
Make things simple. No, I know, right? I'm a colorful person. I'm very unique. Most of us are, but some people are just afraid to show it because they just don't know who they are yet. And that's all the energetic alignments in our body and where the energy is or is not stuck in our bodies on how confident or not that we are. But literally last year on the 5-5 portal, 5-5-25, I purchased this place. It is called the Sanctuary of Spiritual Healing, located in Cincinnati, Ohio on the west side. And our website is peace2love.com. And I was a me, and I've transitioned to a we. I hold this space with two other beautiful souls. They do more of the human things. So if I ask for an adult or human things, I'm going to look around for someone else outside of myself. So that's kind of how we got here. I am a holistic healer, and I'm a master sound healer and a Reiki master, an astral surgeon. So that's why you ask about astral travel,
Surgeon.
and I'm an astral surgeon.
Interesting.
I have certifications in so many things. I have a bachelor's in psychology, if you want to toss that one in there for the people with real sciences and things. Sound healing is a science, proven science as well. Reiki, it depends who you ask. But everything I do is truly because I have felt the energy move through me and tell me that I had to do it. And I did learn from your great-grandmother, my grandmother, Juanita's, that if we don't listen to when we are called and that voice comes through us, that voice may never speak to us again.
And that was actually part of the questions. I have a bunch written down, so bear with me. So you brought up Mamaw, great Mamaw. She was 102. Unfortunately, she passed away. We, at the funeral, I got to meet the two other really awesome ladies that you work with here. And can you tell me and everybody else kind of some of the stuff that you did with her? Because you did a lot of stuff with her that I feel like I don't know that she would have lived as long as she did the past few years that she was alive without some sort of intervention. And I think that you definitely played a part in that. So can you tell people like some of the stuff that you did?
Yeah, so it's interesting. Just today, my cousin posted a memory from Facebook 10 years ago. We were in the hospital for Mother's Day because my grandmother needed a pacemaker, and she was having her pacemaker put in a decade ago today.
That's crazy.
Right?
It's been 10 years.
Yeah, so she lived to 102 with that. But with that being said, the interesting part is I'm a master sound healer, but I haven't always been, right? And so I get my first set of bowls, and they were very expensive then. Now you can buy a cheap set off of Amazon. They don't sound the same, by the way. But they're quartz crystal singing bowls. And when I unpackaged them at my birthday, she's yelling, "What are those? Why do you need bowls so big? What are you going to do with? Are they buckets? What are you using these for?" And then I started to play them. And she goes, "Oh my God, it sounds like the angels are singing." And for her age and her growing up Baptist, right? Yay, you're going to accept all the things even though you don't understand them because you can actually feel what they feel like inside of you. And so every single Wednesday evening, usually about 9 p.m. at night, I would go to her house and we'd get her settled, finish up her routine. And by 10 p.m., she'd sit on the couch and I would spin the bowls. And I played the bowls for her almost every Wednesday that I was in town for the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, something like that. And gave her energy. So as a Reiki master, I can give energy as well.
How did she react to that? Because a lot of older people that are religious, especially in the United States, it's usually, whether it's Christianity, Catholicism, just a lot of the more or Catholic, like a lot of them are very like either by the book or however their church kind of like taught them how to do their worship. How did she react when you brought a more like what do you call it, like just spiritual energy to her?
Yeah.
Like what would you call all of the stuff that you do?
Spiritual healing. It might be listed as holistic healing or holistic medical practitioner. Sometimes they put it in that bucket. Sound therapy, you hear it kind of as that, but it's all spiritual. Some people, they used to call it New Age, which we thought was funny because none of this is new. There's nothing new under the sun. This is ancient healings and ancient technologies. All of the things. The sound, the pyramids in Egypt, they're just big batteries and resonators, and they conduct frequencies. And
I think we covered that.
Yeah,
the Egypt episode.
Definitely, I was going to say every one of your episodes that I've heard while I'm running on a treadmill, I'm like, oh my God, if I had a pen and paper, I'd be making notes of all the things that I want to tell you guys about because it's like I can touch on a little bit of everything.
It's really interesting that it's New Age when it's literally the oldest version of medicine. Like it probably dates back to a very long time ago.
It does.
And I think that it's really interesting how much some people are like, this is bogus, and some people like there's different boats, and the other boat is like, this really works for me.
Yeah.
And I think that you just kind of have to find out for yourself if it's something that works for you, because I'm sure a lot of people either resonate or don't resonate with it. So like I was saying, how did she feel? Because she was 100 years old, maybe a little bit younger
Yeah, she was
when
like
you started doing it.
98 when we began. But because she heard the angels singing when I began playing the bowls, there was no reason to question it because she felt it.
Yeah.
And see, and that's the biggest thing, and that's why sound healing is kind of that entryway, right? Because it's got science that's behind it, and everyone since the beginning of time has listened to music, right? And original music, right? Clapping, stomping, patting.
Yeah.
Right? That is shifting frequencies in different ways. And so sound isn't anything new to anybody. So the religious part didn't come in. Now the Reiki energy, I asked her like if I could give her healing energies, because we must have permission to give someone else energy. And she just said, I'll take any healing that you can give me. And so she knows that I would use the word God with her, though I believe God, source, creator, is all the same. And there's 46,000 versions of the Bible. So to me, it's like, don't tell me which one's correct. Instead, I'm going to tell you whatever resonates as truth is truth. And whatever does not resonate as truth is not my truth.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should do, right? Like whatever resonates as true and good to you in your core, like those are the important things, right? Because we literally are receptors and receivers. So with her, I didn't have a problem. But when we get into hands-on healing and we're trying to heal someone and people see hands moving and things, yes, there have been questions because we do have many people, especially here. This is a township of old Catholic families. There's a lot of that in this area. But how I've explained that to them is, in the Bible, there is an excerpt where it talks about Jesus going to heal the lepers, is how it's presented in the couple Bibles that I've been through. And what it is it wasn't Jesus that had that energy. It was source creator God that allowed him to be the conduit to do the healing work. Well, I'm just doing the same thing. And before Jesus, right, it was Buddha or Yeshua. So, right, it doesn't matter what that name is, but they've all just been healing conduits is what it is. Because source is one energy and we all come from source because energy can't be created or destroyed, right? And so we all come from the same source. So instead, we just have to figure out how to vibrate on the same frequency and channel and pull down that energy.
And I think that's something that really resonates with me, and I think will resonate with a lot of people, especially like those that are kind of like on their spiritual journeys. Because one, if you grow up a certain way, it's like 50-50, like that's going to be your religion. Or, you know, a lot of people, they become agnostic or atheist or whatever. And, you know, if they had a bad experience, they may just completely, you know, neglect religion altogether.
Yeah.
And then you have the other side of the coin where if they had a bad experience, they look for something else. And I think that it's really important to remember, like you said, there's thousands of versions of the Bible, and there's thousands of different gods and religions and ways to go about spirituality. And I think that having the ability to be like, it doesn't matter what it is as long as it resonates with you. And I think that if you find that, then you're kind of winning at life, and it doesn't really matter what it is to anyone else but yourself, kind of thing.
I feel like a big part of religion is faith. Like just having faith and belief in something. And I feel like that's what pushes most religions and most beliefs to become something that it is. Is that?
I think, yeah, I
speed
definitely
words.
agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you have to, a lot of the things in religion is not blind faith, but it's something that you have to like, oh, I'm hitting my microphone. Sorry, I'm not used to this. It's hard to explain for me because I grew up on my dad's side, we were going to church, and it was really, it always felt very forced, and it never felt right to me. But and it's not like it's he's bringing me by my neck and like you gotta come to church. Like it's not like that. But he was trying in his own way to be like, this is something that I want to share with you. This is what I believe in. And I think that I always say that I'm very happy that he found what he believes in. And that's another reason why, like, this whole podcast started when I was moving. This is insane. When I was moving out of my last apartment, I was literally loading the box truck up, and I'm on a call with Tab, and we're talking, and we're like, man, we don't shut the hell up sometimes. We should start a podcast. And like it and it's obviously it's turned into different things over time, but in a way, like, I couldn't tell you exactly what I have my faith in or what I believe in fully.
Yeah.
But right now, like, I feel like this podcast has helped me a lot and learn, because I think the biggest thing is learning what the questions are to ask. Because if you don't know what the questions are to ask, you're never going to ask those questions, and you're never going to know the answers. So learning things is all about, like, if you have more questions than you did when you went into something, that's not always a bad thing, and that means that you're interested and or learning. And that's why I think that this podcast, it's got its own arms and legs, because I am about dumb as a box of rocks when it comes to all of this. And I could talk about cryptids or ghosts like all day, and I can't wait to get into more of that stuff. But doing this, where we're able to come together, I'm able to ask questions, have other people on, Tab called me a knucklehead, like, it's exactly what I was looking for, and I feel like establishing a community is really important, and that's kind of what you've done here.
Yeah.
So can you kind of walk us through when you started, when you knew that you were going to open a sanctuary? How did you come into this?
Yeah. So I had my kids young. I was 19 when I birthed Keegan, and your brother's 2 years younger than you, so 2 years later I had Landon. And so the year that your brother Landon turned 18, I turned 40 right after that, right? And all of a sudden I was just, yay, my kids lived. They lived, my responsibility, things shifted, right? And so it really gave me the ability to start traveling and doing things. And then COVID happened. And during COVID, I found $20 round trip flights to Florida.
What?
Yes.
Through Frontier?
Yes, through Frontier. So every month, I spent 1 week out of every month in Florida, or 10 days, depending upon what the best deal was, right? But eventually, I didn't have enough friends to keep going with me, right? And so eventually, I find myself by myself more and more. And I learned that I really like silence, because then I can actually hear everything that I'm receiving in different ways. And I went to it was a meditation, sound healing, and Reiki and energy healing at this place called the Church of Spiritual Light, and down in Florida.
I remember.
And it was so amazing that I literally sat in my chair that night and I closed my eyes. And as they were playing these instruments and doing this energy healing, I felt my Creator speak through me, and every cell in my body knew, this is what you're going to do, and you're going to heal the world doing it. And there has not been a doubt in my mind. So I spent the next year studying with my Reiki master, who was in Florida. And I would fly down there and I would do classes, right? Because I was down there a week or 10 days out of every month and going through things. But that's not that far off, because when I was 4 years old, I also felt energy. So my whole entire life, I have felt energy. It wasn't until you kids, which is why I now know I had to have you kids young. That was my soul contract, that I needed to make sure that I accomplished that, because you both have important jobs here on earth to do. And I needed to get to my important stuff kid-free at a younger age than some people do, right? Because I was 40 and youngest is 18.
Isn't it funny that worked out, that we kind of both...
Yeah, but I
did
feel
our
bad
thing?
for you kids sometimes, right? Because like I was not energetically balanced, and I hated myself because I didn't even know who I was, right? So like when you don't know your head from your hiney, and then you bring something else into this world,
Yeah.
right? Things get weird.
Yeah,
But
we'll need a therapy podcast to get into all of that.
right?
But, yeah.
Yeah, right. But what I do know is that everything that you kids experienced, you had to experience as your warrior training to become whom you're destined to be. Each one of us has to go through our own warrior training, which is our life. And so I've went through a warrior training that you kids can't even begin to understand. And maybe one day when you read my book, you will, right? But the thing is, it's not something that we don't usually go and show every wound that we've experienced in our life with others that make us who we are, right? But eventually, all of those wounds, they have to get healed, or you stay angry and damaged and broken and unhappy usually. And so I found myself in a whole new life where it was like, no, I saw like road rage. You're driving around and someone cuts you off and you're like, ah, well, guess what? You just gave your energy away. You gave your power away. You allowed them to bring your frequency down. And then I found out about Lucius and harvesting frequencies and stealing energies. And it was like, oh my God, my whole life, I could see myself being a train wreck and not knowing how to stop that train wreck, which was all the energy and emotion that I didn't know how to control. So finally I was like, well, the only way to deal with it is to sit with it. And so I literally sat in those energies, and I had to forgive myself for always fighting around you when you were a baby, right? Forgive myself for the stupid things I'd done in life, right? Ask for forgiveness just from the universe right? Like, because you don't know what you know until you know it. Right?
Very much.
And most of us don't learn unless we actually put our foot in the crap. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's just how it is, right?
So you keep... again, it's thousands
I'm
of
looking at
questions.
Tab.
What is energy? You keep saying energy.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that I kind of understand what it is. It's like a feeling or a power, or like I think of like the way my brain works. I have like a little power bar, and right now my energy's like 60% because I just drove a bunch.
Yeah.
But I feel a little more energized now that I'm here. I also haven't been to sleep yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both we're on third
Worked
shift.
last night.
I feel good right now.
I mean, I feel fine.
Which is really weird. So, but yeah, like what is energy?
Yeah. And I'm not usually up until 4 a.m, but I was last night,
Yeah,
right?
see?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the energy. So what is energy? Energy is everything. Energy is source. Energy is creation. Everything is literally energy. And that is the hardest thing for people to understand, is that energy is what makes up everything that we see, everything that exists. Everything has energy in it, which is, once again, energy can't be created or destroyed, right? We all came from one source. If you believe in the Big Bang, right, like whatever, or if you believe that we just spontaneously showed up, or even if you believed that there was one source creator, God, who then made Earth and then did this, and right, like, it doesn't matter. It's still all coming from that one source and then going outwards, right? And so to me, every single thing is energy. Like, this only has shape and form because we perceive it to have that shape and form. That is why we're stuck in a matrix, an energetic matrix, I mean, on this earth and in this realm and in our perception, because we put the bars around ourselves in our own mind, because we see less than 1% of what exists. So I don't know about you, but I see a lot, just, I mean, right here, right?
I wouldn't be able to handle 100%.
Right.
Or 10%.
Well, think about how much space is between the two of us.
Yeah.
And that means there's 99% of things that exist that can be right in between us right now. Same
Yeah.
here, right?
Bacteria.
So, Well, Wi-Fi. That's an easy one. Everyone understands Wi-Fi. Well, they don't understand it, but they use it, right?
Yeah.
Like Wi-Fi.
I don't understand it.
There's a tower somewhere that emits a frequency, and now your phone can let you have all the information in the world accessible, right? Because you're using the internet. That's an energy. You can't see it, but it is powered by an energy. Those 5G towers, the electric, like all of that are just different types of energy measured in different ways. So here's the thing. When we have emotions, each emotion has a different frequency of energy, okay? So when we're angry, that's sitting in the lower part of our body. And that means that our energy up here probably isn't getting as much flow because we're angry and it's all our energy stuck low in our body, okay? And so when it's a low frequency and then you go around someone else, what do? Well, you usually bitch and complain about all the things that are wrong in your life. And does that make you feel better? No. It creates more of the same, right? But when you wake up and you're in a good mood and you're like, oh man, everything's right. And then you go and you smile and you say good things to other people, you feel that, right? And then someone else will smile because that energy is contagious because they felt your smile. We're literally conducting and sharing energy right now, which is also why like you walk into this space and you're like, man, this feels good. This feels comfortable. It feels safe. Well, we intentionally cultivated the energy of this entire property so that it felt this way that you're feeling. So I can send energy and feelings to people. Yeah, all of us can. It's a matter of learning how to do that. But there's no short answer for like, what is energy?
Right.
It's everything.
I know it's a loaded question.
Yeah.
And
right?
I expected that. Yeah, no, I think
that's a lot, but
I feel like it's also one of those things. It's one of those things where it could also mean something different to me than it does to you. But at the end of the day, it's what is around us, what we put out into the world, and what we take in from the things around us. And I think that's a really good way of kind of thinking about it if you have a peanut brain like me, because else you're not going to be able to wrap your ass around it.
Yeah, and remember though, your thoughts are also energy, right? Your feelings are energy.
The things you say, the things you do.
Yes, the words you speak are spells. It's spelling for a reason, right? We are creating with our words. So when you get into Wiccan and witchery, right? Yeah. Oh, you want to go down the rabbit hole of words, right? Like I dislike, and in the spiritual community, they use the word release a lot because we want to let go of things, right? Except I lease a car. If I'm going to lease my car again, what am I going to do? I'm going to release it. Shit. And people wonder why things they're trying to let go of when they say, I'm going to release this, why it comes back to them. Right? Morning.
I wish that's what my rent was called.
Right? Yeah. Good morning. Well, why do you want to mourn? You're wishing people a loss every time you say good morning.
Oh, and that's why you don't reply with good morning when I say
what
good
do
morning.
I say to you? Happy rising, grand rising.
I say grand rising.
Sun's up. Right? Anything except morning, because I don't want to be sad about something. But that word, when you say that word, it has a frequency.
Huh.
Right? Because that's energy. And so what you feed your body with...
Can I just pause real quick? We don't realize how many stupid words we say throughout the day.
I try to keep my thoughts in check because I believe in law of assumption.
Throw out the bad ones. Anything bad, we throw this out. But then you need to fill it up with what you want.
I need to look at a dictionary, I think, again, or do vocab again, because kind of like my Algebra 1 that I'm doing, I can't believe
there's a specific word for like what we're talking about, but I can't remember what it's called. But it's like the origin of words. Like you can trace it all the way back.
it goes way back.
That's why different languages are so important. Yeah.
So good morning. I never thought about what I'm saying.
No.
It's just like, hey,
No.
the sun is up. It's a good day, but I never
Etymology.
thought about it. Etymology.
Etymology. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And that's the...
It's kind of like where all the words are coming from.
Oh.
Like where they're originating.
Isn't that just addiction? Oh.
Well,
Okay.
when you look at the dictionary and they have like the phonetic spelling,
Sorry.
like it'll break up the words sometimes and it'll say, well, this part is a Latin root,
Yeah.
and this part, right? Like that is what
That's
that
the
is.
etymology of the
Yep,
word.
that is how and where it comes from. And so that's the thing. So like with mourning, like it came from when people would mourn when people died. So and there's so many words, and for some reason they're probably blank in my mind because I'm not supposed to really take you down that whole rabbit hole right now. Because we could get lost just right there.
I'm
right?
lost right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I could blow your mind all day with different things. But yeah, so if you have a thought that comes into your mind, that's the best advice that I can give to anybody listening. I want to give it to my kid. I want to give it to Tab. I want to give it to anyone who will listen. Everything you put in is food for your soul. Every thought that you think, right? You are receiving inside of you and in your energetic field, whatever you are allowing into it. And on that, time out.
Time out. And we're back. Thankfully, the power of editing is on our side. I guess a reason that, we're going to kind of there's going to be a little bit editing magic going on because you obviously have people come in and you do these sessions with people. What are some of the more common things you do? And then what are some of the more uncommon things that you do?
Well, common in the spiritual world, things that I do would be Reiki and sound healing. That's actually kind of common in the healing world. But a little more rare would be the astral surgery. Not most of them. I don't currently know any other astral surgeons except my teacher from New Zealand. But I know a couple crystal surgeons. So that's a little bit different.
Is my mic lit up?
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to finger it like that.
So what does that mean exactly?
Astral surgery? Yeah, so it's a whole big concept, right? So I'm like, let's shrink this down. So, all right, this is my physical body. This is an energetic body. And then another layer of an energetic body. And another layer. And another layer. And our bodies go really far out from us. So that's also why when someone comes into your space, you're like, I know someone's there. Because they were in your energetic body.
Is it the same thing when
Your energy
you can
field.
tell when someone's looking at you?
Yeah. It's very similar because you feel their energy entering into your field, right? And so whether they were close enough proximity-wise or it was just their thought, because they could be across the world and they could think about you and you'd be like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you too, right?
Can I talk about something real quick that happened at work?
It's your podcast.
This is crazy. Okay, well, so one of my coworkers, I work third shift. There's only 3 of us. We were replacing some of the parts in one of the paint booths, and I was like hauling it like it was a sleeping bag. I'm like, we should go camping. And he turns around and he says, what do you say? And I was like, we should go camping. We going camping? He was like, I was just thinking about camping just a couple minutes ago. And I feel like I do that a lot. Like well, it might just be because I say so much shit all the time. Like I don't shut up. But so it's probably easier for me to do it than other people. But it's really interesting because I feel like that's like one of my superpowers is I kind of like throw things out into just the world and people are like, oh, I was thinking about this, or I like that idea, or like I feel like I inspire people, or just like I don't know, like I'm on the same wave. I don't know, what is
Same
it?
wavelength. So I'm waving my hair at you because of connection. Because these are antennas, and it seems to me from an outsider's perspective, as you have let your hair get longer, that
I'm growing my antenna out.
that you are right. You're perceiving more because now you have more receptors to feel more energies.
So if I was thinking about shaving it off. If I do that, am I like?
I've never
I'm
been
going LTE.
I've never no, and I'm not saying
No
that either
service.
because there's some bald people who are incredibly connected. So I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is some people notice a difference with their antennas, their hair, their receivers, because this is a crystalline structure of its own. I mean, it's made of silica, which silica is one of the main ingredients in quartz crystal, which resonates frequencies to heal you. Right? It's all connected. Every little last bit of this is connected, right? But you're opening yourself up, and you're okay receiving, right?
Yeah.
It's when we're not okay receiving, we usually don't receive as much. The more self-healing, the more work on oneself that happens, the more they receive. So like now, I can tell when the frequency on the 5G towers when they change it. Which, by the way, those things have a patent on them, which is patented as a weapon of war. Just for awareness, because frequency can be healing and frequency can be harmful. So that's something. I am a certified master sound healer, and not everyone is certified in sound healing. So you can hurt someone with sound healing. You can totally.
I'm sure that you can hurt people with a lot of different spiritual things.
I can just throw the bowl at them. I mean,
Well, right? Intentions, different things, right? But frequency, like it can be all the ways, is what I'm saying, right? But I can feel those things because the more sensitive I get and the more I open myself up, the more I can feel. So, right, like a truck drives by my house and I live close to the highway and they're in a low gear, I can feel the vibration through my cells in my body. Right? Planes flying overhead. I can tell the difference between a plane and a helicopter like that in my body. Even if my ears were plugged and I couldn't hear, I can feel it in my body.
Interesting.
So just know, right? Like if you decide to go on a spiritual journey, you may feel things, you may see things, you may smell things, you may experience all your five senses in weird ways that you never expected to.
Do you think that because you've kind of surrounded yourself with this and this is kind of like your lifestyle, you're more attuned to it than the normal person off the street would be? I mean, it sounds like a straightforward, like, obvious answer, but I feel, is it one of those things, like, if I were to do, kind of like what we talked about with astral projection, if you do it enough, does it just kind of happen? Is it kind of like learning a language when you immerse yourself? Like, how easy is it for someone to become, like, attuned and start feeling like they're getting somewhere?
So everybody's different. Everybody has abilities to tap into the energies that they don't see. But if you think about it this way, okay, before you came to Earth, you sat across the table from your creator or source, and you decided, these are all the things that I want to experience here, okay? Because you're infinite. Outside of Earth, you are infinite. So this human experience is to break up the mundane of infinity. Okay. And so if you think about it that way, if you chose your list of all the things you want to do before you came here, even the crappy situations, and I know some people, they're like, no, I definitely didn't choose this. And I hear you that you don't think you did, but usually we've chosen all the situations.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. The first 15 years were a little rough ride.
Right?
Next time.
Right?
Oof.
But if outside of Earth we have zero ability to feel emotions, we come here wanting to have experiences that we experience every emotion. Because if you've never had an emotion, someone's like, oh, you can try all these emotions. It's like, okay, cool. What do you mean? You mean that's going to hurt? What does hurt feel like?
You keep saying relatable things. I don't keep meaning to make it about me. I really don't. But I always say, because I feel like for many reasons that I won't get into, once I turned like 18, 19, went into college, I was very non-emotional, like emotions gone.
Yeah.
I was very out of touch. Like I felt so zapped. I started feeling and being more Tab probably figured it out because I'd be like manic sometimes. I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, we gotta play a game, we gotta talk. Like, it was like a switch flipped, and now I'm much more in touch. And it feels, but what I'm getting at is I keep touching it. I enjoy when I feel bad, depressed, angry, sad. Like, I enjoy my negative emotions because I haven't felt them in a very long time. And I feel like that's kind of reminiscent of what you're saying, where I was like, I was kind of meant to pick this whatever this is and wherever it's going. Because even though those are bad things that I was feeling when I was a kid, when I think about them now, I'm very grateful that I even get to feel those things. And I think that's why I, even though I still have my meltdowns, feel like I'm very in tune with my emotions. And I at least know that, like, I trust myself, I feel good, you know, I'm very confident in myself. So it's very interesting because I definitely, if those first, you know, painful years didn't happen, I'd be like, what was all of it for? But now I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So everything in life is duality, right? It's good versus evil. It's hot versus cold. It's low versus high.
Black versus white.
Right? Like in these senses, right? And we've been stuck in the energy of duality since existence. Like, this isn't how the Earth experiment was actually supposed to go. But it is going this way, and we've had to live in these confines, right? Which is why I called it a matrix before. But as we each remember who we are, like who we were when we came here, when we decided that we were going to come down here and have this experience, when we start to be able to remember who we are, those are the moments that we get to step into whom we are meant to be. And see, the thing is that most people don't get is that we don't have time anymore for the duality. And this is an energetic movement that is leading to an energetic precipice to end the duality as we know it. Because so many people are starting to step into themselves and become aware. I think COVID was honestly, I mean, it was utilized as a weapon against humanity and trying to bring us down, but it actually had the opposite effect because it really brought people within themselves and looking at whom they are in different ways. And when you get enough of the collective consciousness, or people pretending they're human here, all thinking in the same way, then in a high positive way, we literally began raising the frequency of Earth, which is what you were talking about, the Schumann on one of the podcasts, the Schumann resonance. So I've been studying the Schumann resonance for years now, because you can see the scientific data moving up and down on a graph. So when I feel something weird or wonky, where I'm like, whoa, okay, this is an interesting energy, I'll pull open the graph and it's like, there it is. That right there is the energy that I was already feeling. Or the day that everybody is an a-hole driving around, you're like, what is happening? And it's not a full moon. It's like, well, let's look. What is happening astrologically, or what is happening energetically on like the Schumann or other different graphs? There's one that has like the ionosphere. You know, if the pressure around Earth has shifted too much, some people feel out of their frickin' skin. It really just depends on each one of our DNA and our crystalline structure and the planetary systems that we actually came from. Because I know everyone said, like, we come from up there, but it's not just up there. We've been other places before here.
The Schumann's resonance.
Yep.
You know about this.
Barely.
I've
seen the videos.
Can you
Yeah.
educate me?
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah.
Because let me tell you, when I think Schumann, I think, and I don't even think that it's in here, but I think of Flapjack is random kids cartoon from the early 2000s, and I think of a guy working on a bunch of shoes.
Yeah.
It's this thing. I remember you telling me about this.
This thing, right? This graph here. This is like the basic Schumann graph, though it has... Well, we put our phone this way. Yeah, this is an app. And so then it will show like the amplitude, it'll show the frequency, some electromagnetic stuff. And there's others, there's several others as well, that some from Italy. This one is in either Siberia or Russia. And so we are 12 hours behind from them. When I was in Asia, I was on par, so that was even cooler. But the Schumann resonance, so scientists will tell you that it was created to record electromagnetic frequencies, aka like lightning bolts that are in our atmosphere. Because if lightning stopped, and I don't quote me on the amount of time, I don't remember if it was 5 minutes or if it was 30 minutes, but it was a very short period of time, okay, in comparison to 24 hours a day. But if lightning stops on Earth everywhere for a certain period of time, we all cease to exist. And I heard that and I'm like, dang, right? Like, holy cow.
Right.
Wait, say that again?
If there was no lightning strikes on Earth for whatever the set period of time is, I believe it was less than an hour, all beings having this human experience would cease to exist.
Really? Why?
It's something about the energy coming from the ether to the earth, and that energy spreads out because we're electromagnetic beings, right? So we are picking up energy and frequency from everything around us. We're like little batteries. So the lightning strikes, basically how I take it is like they're recharging us. They're pulling that information and energy from the ether, and they recharge our batteries.
And the people in space, are they good because they're out there with the sun and there's no atmosphere? And
You're assuming I believe in space.
okay.
The moon landing was fake.
I went to NASA's space camp as a kid, and I thought I was going to be an astronaut for a hot minute. And I now understand a lot of whole things, but I also don't know if I believe all the things that they tell us. And I'm not going to say I don't, but I'm not going to say I do either. Just because there's just too much conflicting evidence. And once again, what feels like truth and what feels like fiction. And every time I get onto the whole space and whatnot, I get that feeling that it's not a truth. So I'm
Like
gonna leave
all of space?
I'm gonna leave space out of it. Well, here, this is what I'll tell you. So in 46,000 versions of the Bible, a lot of the Bibles describe what Earth actually looks like, and it's not a globe Earth. Which is, let's just, right? So biblically, when they describe the Earth, in most of these versions, they describe it as a spinning disc plane with a firmament over top of it.
Like a record.
Right? And so I would tell you that past, present, future, and every timeline is happening like a little spinning disc at the same time. And that is why you can time travel, because you can move through them, which is why they say the past, present, future are all happening now. And I would go with, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, if Earth is depicted in which some of these Bibles have described it as a spinning disc with a firmament with water above the firmament, well, where's space? Is space beyond the firmament? Because the stars are also in the Bibles, they describe that the stars are in the firmament.
Okay.
So if the stars are attached to the firmament,
So the stars and the planets, they're there, but they're in that.
they're on this, like, and there's pictures out there, like Telegram. I have a couple if you end up wanting to share a graphic of, right, like this type of Earth. The interesting part of all of it is that, like, the globe Earth that we see, Universal Studios had that as their logo before we ever went to space to take a picture of Earth.
Tea. That's some tea right there.
So I don't know.
I wasn't with you until you said that, and that's a damn good point.
I have the tingles.
they
Not to
know?
mention, NASA has the biggest film production company registered in the United States.
Really? Is that true? Huh.
Was the last time I looked.
That's interesting.
So I don't know. I showed up at space camp and I saw some weird things that it's interesting. As we live through life, we recall some things from our life and other things we don't remember, right? And then there's certain things that we remember with so much detail. Sometimes we remember a smell and what we were wearing, right? And I remember from space camp, this was my first space camp. So this one was in Florida, at the original NASA site. And they took us into this huge building. And here we are, and I would have been 5th grade at this time. And here we walk in, and there is a pool with astronauts and a film crew submerged. And at the time,
What?
as a 5th grader, I'm like, what's happening here? And they're like, oh, this is how we practice. We do mock, right? We do mock things, and then so we can prepare for up there. Cool. I'm in 5th grade. That sounded great. And I remember the other things we did and whatnot. However, as people have brought up space and different things, I'm like, that doesn't resonate as truth to me anymore, what they told me that they were actually doing. And so it opened up a part in my mind for questions, right? And I'm not saying that they weren't merely doing more than that. But I'm also saying that if it doesn't resonate as truth, how do we trust something that does not resonate as truth? Because truth is like the feeling you get when you know something is true. You get those cold chills, like you'll see me do that because I can feel the truth vibrate all the way up me. That's why sometimes when kids are younger and they lie to their parents, they're like, how did you know? How'd you know that I was lying?
You just know. It's the tingle.
Right? It's because truth has a frequency and so does a lie. Right? That's also why CIA, they developed a way to be human lie detectors. That happened. I think that was in the 70s, don't quote me, through one of their programs. But they became human lie detectors. And there's scientific research on this, right? And data, and they've utilized this. And there's many of times where people will, give me your hands, please. And you'll see like something like this, and they'll be asking questions to somebody.
Heart rate.
Right? Because they're feeling your heart rate, but they're also feeling like your electromagnetic frequency. And they're now connecting to you at the same time.
They're jacking in.
Right? And I don't know all the ins and outs of how exactly, right, the CIA trains for that. But similar to the same point in time where I think they were doing like the human lie detector stuff, right? They coined the term conspiracy theory, got coined around the same time from my memory. And so it's like, okay, this is interesting, right? Because anything that you can discount as a conspiracy theory, now people, they aren't searching after, right? Which is how we put ourselves in our own prison and being stuck in this matrix, is because our society, our government, our people, they've all told us this is how life is. And we believe it, right? Which is why I always told you kids when you were little, anything's possible, because I didn't want to put you in a box. I wanted you to be able to figure out how to set yourself free. I didn't really understand fully, right?
I think I'm way too free. I think my box is too damn big.
Yeah. But that's just because you don't know how to control the energy.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Because once you learn how to control the energy, then, well,
Been trying for 24 years.
You have the perfect box. Because you can make whatever box you want, or it doesn't have to be a box. It could be a swimming pool. I mean, it could be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Right? Because then we get to remove ourselves from where we thought we were. Right? Like I'm not searching for people to come into our community. Instead, I am attracting them by putting out the beacon and the frequency.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
That's coming into alignment. So, long story short of all the things, like if you tune in and you really want to tune in and you want to have a spiritual path, the closer you can get to stepping out of the mundane human tasks and into the freeness, that's when it all happens. But like, right, you both have a 9-to-5 job. You haven't figured out how yet to, right, like wake up rich.
Working on it.
But you know what? We can manifest money coming into your lives and green pieces of paper and abundance. And sometimes we ask for money, but in reality, we should be asking for abundance, because abundance comes in everything. I want abundance in time. I want abundance of water and food and resources and, right? Like, it's not always green pieces of paper.
True.
So, anyhow, I don't know how we got to that.
Candle.
But
I'd be burning my abundance candle.
I love that.
I do.
Love that. And so here's the thing, like it really has intentions. And when you, right, like that flame, that is literally putting fire into your manifestation to raise that up.
Right under it, light the candle. Cinnamon.
Yeah, do you know why cinnamon?
Speeds it up.
Cinnamon is, so it's one of the spices from the spice trade, right? It is a important healing frequency. So each spice has its own frequency, and cinnamon is one of the higher up frequencies. So much so, like ants won't cross the line of cinnamon, right? Put cinnamon down and they won't. They feel the frequency of it. And it sticks to them, right? Let's be real. But the combination of the two, they just can't even handle it. But for us, it actually breathes in and breathes in the ability to open and magnify that energy in a different way.
You said, I don't have an abundance of my abundance candles. This better speed the hell up.
Oh, no.
Huh.
That's why I put cinnamon on it. I was like,
Maybe I need to work on my abundance.
Oh, we can't. I mean, we can call all kinds of things in. Literally, like, I'm working on a couple books because I can't just keep one in one place. But, like, literally, it's like how to hack your life. Because I know so many ways and so many things to do, which I don't see it right now. Oh, yeah, I do. I have a vision board over there from last year. And it is all kinds of different random things. Yeah, thank you. I meditated on what I wanted to create, right? And then I start looking through magazines and stuff. And this is what I ended up cutting out. Well, this wasn't last December. This would have been December of 2024. I created this to manifest this stuff in 2025. Okay. I asked for a chef. I lived in on a trip for 2 weeks where the woman cooked all 3 meals for me that I went with. That's how she went to pay her debt. Then I went to Bali and they fed me 3 meals a day. So I had a chef. I just forgot to put like permanent chef. So that happened. Right? Yeah. Emotional and spiritual endurance. I mean, my dad was in and out of the hospital and I was doing a lot of healing work and it gave me the endurance I need. Travel. I ended up in Asia and Indonesia and Florida. On here, there's this indoor-outdoor cozy corner space.
You made this last year?
This would have been
Before
December
all of this
2024. This is before this house.
Wow.
And this house here, this was me calling in this space. So we're sitting in my manifestation. I put a healing sanctuary on the board. And less than a year,
Heck yeah.
it's here. Right? So I literally, almost everything on this board has came into fruition in one way or another. There's a million different.
I haven't seen New Year. That happened.
What?
New Year.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
yes.
happened in
Yeah.
January of 2025, right after the board was done.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the cool thing. And so like we can intentionally create in a million ways. This is a good way because it's a manifestation board, or some people will call it a vision board. Some people get freaked out by the word manifestation. But vision board. And so we host 1 or 2 of these every year at the end of the year, right? Towards the fall, winter. So people can really intentionally
Open air lounge.
create their future.
That's
Right?
crazy.
Like
That's
it literally,
wild.
and you just go through whatever magazines you have, and magazines nowadays, print stuff is hard to find. Right? But it's literally just digging through. So you can create whatever you want in your life, right? You want more followers? You can manifest that, right? You just have to
We
figure
have more
out.
followers.
Yeah, right? Like they're just going to keep
We have enough followers.
just keep
to
pouring on in,
to
right?
where we're going to get our office space.
Right? So the universe doesn't understand I don't want things. Okay? Like that's the first thing in hacking your life. If you are focused on anything you don't want and you keep getting it, it's your own damn fault.
Because that's where you're putting your focus.
Yeah, and where your attention goes, your energy flows.
Yeah.
And the universe doesn't understand I don't want. Okay? So whatever we're thinking is what we get. So that's why we want to think the positive. That's why it said we throw out those, right? The bad thoughts, the things that we don't want to happen to us, the memories from past lifetimes of trauma that still lives in our body. We all got trauma in us, and it's probably not from this lifetime, all of it, right? Like, yeah, some of it is because we get damaged along the way, but really, it could be our whole lineage. That could be everything your mom and dad, your grandparents, great-grandparents. It could be so many lines back. Like, I think it's there. I saw a stat somewhere, like it takes like over 4,000 ancestors for me to be sitting here today.
That's vibes.
Which also says that
It's a
when
lot.
you have all the energy of all of your ancestors behind you, think
Yeah.
about that being it, right?
You can do a lot.
You can do a lot. And that's
exactly
that's why I can do what I do.
When I jog, I'm like, listen, y'all gotta help me buck up because I can't end here. there's no way.
Yeah.
All of it led up to this point.
And ask for the help that you need, right? Ask for the strength that you need. Tell your body, right? I handed you guys cards before.
Oh, I do. Every time I have a kidney stone, I beg.
Right? Like the consciousness of water. You can program the waters that you're drinking, right? Not just this way.
We all got cards.
But these are Dr. Emoto cards
Oh,
and
yeah.
the consciousness of water, right? Mine's thank you.
Can we talk about these cards real quick?
Yeah, I would love to.
So you had us pull cards. Can you explain kind of what they are, why you did that, what they mean?
Yeah, so in my world, I use what are called oracle cards for different things. This particular set, this is Dr. Emoto. He is a scientist. And there he is on the back. He's so cute.
Oh, look at him.
right? But he literally proved that water has consciousness, and it rang and vibrated as such a truth to me that I needed to bring it into my world. And so I'll explain how he proved this, okay? So we went to a water source. He took 3 vials of water, same glass, all the things. And he told one that he hated it and that it was ugly. He told the other one, I love you. And then he ignored the other one, okay? Then he freezes all of them, puts it under a slide, and looks at it with his microscope.
I've seen this, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what it shows is that the one that he said, I hate you, you're ugly, it was no geometric patterns and it just looked like a blob of frozen ice. Okay. So then he looks at the one that he ignored and it's like, oh, there's some shape in there. And then he looked at the one that said, I love you. And there were divine geometric shapes and patterns. He carried on this research, did it, and people have repeated it. Some people even do this with bags of rice. So you might see that where they put rice on their countertop and do it, and then the rice turns black in some
I've
of
seen
them.
that
The one you talk
recently.
bad to. Okay.
Yeah.
So the
The
conscious
rice turns
bad. The one
bad?
the rice you tell you hate like turns black and molds and stuff. But the rice you tell you love it or you would just ignore, it's
What?
fine. Yeah,
People
like
do that. They play music to it too,
yeah.
and they because I've seen the rice, but with people playing different songs to it.
Yep, because each one of those songs have different frequencies, right? And different healing frequencies. So,
I used to do
water.
that with my plants.
Yes.
I used to talk really nice to my plants, and they did phenomenal.
You can actually talk to them and ask them to touch you, and they'll lean over and touch you and things. So,
I never
yeah.
tried that.
Yeah.
If I ever talk to a plant and it leans over and touches me, I'm gonna.
But you, like, I've never even seen Star Wars, but you're a Star Wars fan. So how can you, or at least you were when you were little, right? Like in sci-fi. So how can you be afraid of asking for something and it doing what you want it to do, and then be afraid of it when you've always been into sci-fi?
I think, me personally, the answer is I don't think that I'm ready for what I'm asking for sometimes. I think I am more so now, but definitely in the past, like whenever I would like ask for things or think about things, I'd be like, no, I don't. If that happened, I would be like not where I need to be. But now I feel like more like I think it's the confidence. Like I
Yeah.
truly believe that these are things that I deserve and that I've worked for and that I'm working towards. And it I mean, Tab, oh my God, the first TikTok we uploaded, Tab was like, we gotta get on TikTok, Keith. Come on, we gotta post it. The only one that got over like 2,000 views is at 52,000 now or something like that. But it was the very first one. And I was like,
I kept saying,
"You're
I have a
right."
feeling. Like I have a feeling we need to start posting. I have a feeling.
Yeah,
And it blew up.
it did.
So when you have those feelings, you know to trust them.
Yes.
Right? And so when we listen to that inner voice, and sometimes it's not really the inner voice, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is a guide or an ancestor speaking through us or creator, right? But when we listen, we get more of those messages. When we ignore it, we get less of them. If it's too much, we can say, hey, red light today, right? Green light tomorrow, right? Whatever it is. We get to control this. This is our movie. You are the star of your own movie. You are the star of your own movie. I'm the star of my own movie, and y'all are the star of your own movie, right? We all get to choose what we want in our lives. The problem is we've been taught that we don't control shit, and that, right? We've been told that you have to go to work from 9 to 5 and you have to have tax, right? You pay taxes and have insurance and you have to pay to die. And like we've been put into this framework and told we have to do this. And the only reason we have to is because we all agree and we all believe we have to.
It's the only thing that I just processed is all of the messed up things that they make us pay for.
You have to pay to die.
Yeah, you do
That
have to
stood
pay
out
to
me.
die is
I was like,
crazy.
oh,
Yeah,
you're
right.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, Native Americans, they did not, that wasn't a thing, right? Like they didn't have to like,
No.
oh crap, somebody died, let me find somewhere to bury them. No, it was wherever they were.
Yeah, who
along
do I
the-
have to pay?
Pay for
Right.
a plot.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, well, what's money, right? I have some beads. You want beads or corn? Like what do you, or whatever, right? Like a resource.
Yeah, show me your finest hole, please.
Right? Which, hey, right?
Okay, stop, everyone. All right.
Sorry.
Tell us about these cards.
Take 5.
These cards, what they are is they're a type of oracle cards, and they all have different words on them, and the different frozen geometric shapes, snowflake patterns on them is what they look like when that word on the other side of the card is frozen. So like, for example, this one is confidence. This is confidence. This is what confidence looks like when it's frozen. That is the geometric shape that it has.
Like a star.
So by putting this underneath my cup and sitting my cup on top of it, it will literally program the water in the cup to take on the energy of confidence.
So did he take these pictures and
Yes.
and he said this word and this is what happened?
Yes, that's exactly what these cards are, all representation of his works and the different words that he tested. Like this one's earth. Even tested, like, right? And this is what earth looks like.
I got sun, and I didn't obviously think deeply into it other than, hey, I work third shift, I need some sun. But I just thought that I gravitated towards this card, and it said sun, and I guarantee you I need some sun.
Yeah.
So, but what else could it mean? What could sun mean? Or should I know?
No. It's and sometimes it's not for you to know. Sometimes it just gives you what you need, and
Inspiration.
you can be oblivious to it.
Maybe I want to see more sun.
Yeah, you want to see it.
Maybe I need to quit my job right now.
You want to feel the energy from it. So I'm just telling you should probably make sure that you have housing and that you can feed and clothe yourself. I'm not telling anyone to quit their job unless they can really figure out their things. I don't endorse doing any radical things.
Unless you pull the sun
my
card.
boss right now.
What'd you say?
I said unless you pull the sun card, and then maybe it's time.
Yeah. Well, I find it interesting also that it's sun, S-U-N, like you need the light, but you're also my S-O-N. So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Not to mention it's also, so I'm becoming another level of a shaman. And in our class, one of the things that we say is father sun, grandmother moon. And so like the energies of each one, the sun is that strong, powerful energy that one would relate to a creator or father figure. And then the moon is just as old as time, which is why they don't want to call her mom and insult her. So she's grandmother moon because she's this ancient, wise, loving energy that just holds space and gives a little light to the darkness.
Wow.
So fun set of cards. In my world, we use all different kinds of oracle cards. More people are familiar with tarot cards. Tarot and oracle are different. Tarot, every deck has cards that are assigned a value. In oracle cards, there's all different types of oracle cards. These are
dragons.
Right? Yeah, dragons. Yeah, we got dragons and angels and ancestors. These are the two that I love. Some people have hundreds of decks. Myself, I really only have a handful or so of them because I listen to Creator, and whatever is meant for me and I'm called to is what I do. So you guys want, at some point we can also pick some cards, which is something I do. Like when I do sessions with people, if I feel called, they'll pick a card or we'll do a layout of past, present, and future. So they can see where they've been, where they are, where they're headed. So we can kind of tie the energy in because it refocuses you. Because if you don't know where you're headed, how can you set your intentions, right? But if you're writing a movie script, you have to set your intentions of where you want to go, right? Like if you think you're writing an action movie and all of a sudden it's a romance, then, right, like, did you get lost along the way? Does it make any
what the heck
sense?
happened?
I mean, is it a comedy? Like, are we just going to dump all of them in together, right? And it can be because life is. But right, that's also when we're not getting from point A to point B. We're going from A, B, C, D, E, F, right? And we're hitting on every letter amongst the alphabet to get to the ending instead of making that more direct connection. So,
Whoa.
yeah, I know, right?
I have way more questions than I did when we started, and I knew that this was going to happen. Can we get a time check? 52. What are we at on the video? Do you have questions? I know I've been yapping a lot and asking a lot of questions.
And this girl will she'll sneak right in here, and you guys might hear some things up there. It might be a drum, it might be crystal sound bowls. I have no idea how loud my bowls are down here.
Oh, okay.
I know from the living room when I play, you can hear in here perfectly, but I have no idea from upstairs to hear how that is. Whatever.
We'll take a little recess.
Perfect. So these guys should probably like take a nap, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
And does it matter whose is whose? Because if so, we should really keep them separate.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm excited because I like dragons.
Yes. Yes, dragons.
So walk us through.
Yeah.
You said they're oracle cards.
Yeah.
Oracle meaning they tell you things?
Ding, ding, ding. Yes.
Just like the Matrix.
Yep.
I think there's an oracle.
Yeah, there is. There is in the Matrix. Yes, and so Oracle cards, they're all different types today. This is a deck of dragons, right? But each different deck calls to a different person, right? Because we are all different energies, and some people are going to be attracted to different things than someone else. And today the dragon cards kind of popped out at me. And so what we do with these is I like to give them a nice little shuffle and put some intentions in. And if you have a question you want to ask in your mind, and pick a card, or if you just want whatever is meant for your highest and best good.
Okay.
Take just a moment, kind of go within yourself for just a second. Think about what is it that you need help with, need an answer to.
Okay.
Okay?
Let's see.
Not too long, don't fall asleep.
I almost made a mistake closing my eyes there.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Then I want you to go ahead and...
Do I close my eyes?
It does not matter at all.
It doesn't matter.
Open or closed. Just feel whatever one you feel is right for you. It'll be perfect. They always are. Even when you get a card, sometimes people will draw a card that they don't like. It doesn't mean that's not what's perfect for them in the moment. Sometimes we don't like the truth.
Yeah, tells you what you need to hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? But when we need to hear something or need to know something or whatever, that's just what we need.
Do I look at it?
You can look at it, yeah, for sure.
Ooh, this is a beautiful card. Earth and Fire Dragon. Works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It is time for service. When you give, you receive.
Beautiful. Do you know what ley lines are?
Ley lines?
Yeah.
Are those on my arms?
No, they're
No,
not.
I don't know.
Okay, great. So we all learn different things, right? One moment I'm a teacher, but the next minute I'm a student also. Ley lines are the energetic lines that go around the earth.
Oh,
And-
okay.
Earthquakes, right?
And not
No,
just
those are
earthquakes,
the
those would be
faults.
fault lines, but that's okay. But they can be triggered by ley lines and energy that happens on a ley line. So the Great Pyramids in Egypt are built on a ley line. The Washington, D.C., the big obelisk. I can't think of what else they call that at this moment for some reason in D.C., but there's the reflecting pond and then the big obelisk. That is on a ley line.
Oh, it's Lincoln's Memorial now?
Machu Picchu is on a ley line. So many ancient buildings and ancient things are on ley lines because that's like the energy highway that kind of wraps around Earth. And I've seen someone that had like asked AI to show what that would look like, and basically it looks like a grid built around Earth. And actually your little toy back there, Keeks, if you want to pull that forward. Yeah, so if you could imagine a ball, which would be Earth, like in the middle of this, right? That's us, and this is like the network of energies that's like overlaid on top of the Earth, right? Because it's making connections, which is why like Cincinnati Museum Center, it's a big arch, and you can stand on one side and you can whisper, and the person at the other side can hear you. Because it's making an energetic connection. The same thing happens with the ley lines on Earth. And so here you get a card that says that it's going to help clear the ley lines, right? So what that's doing is it's clearing energies around the Earth. which means it's helping all of humanity
So I'm helping everyone.
in service to others. Said dragon is, and they're asking you to also help everyone
Oh,
else.
I see. Well, of course I'll help.
Right. But when we get a card like that, it's
there-
like, are we ready to
there's
step
some of the
into
lines.
ourselves?
That's
Oh, yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And so there's a book, and so we don't need to do that on camera,
You won't
but
be able
when
to
we're,
see it,
when we're
but-
done, you guys can totally check out like the deeper meanings and whatnot too.
Cool.
It gives you a little more insight.
Can I put
but-
this aside?
Yeah, of course. How about you, Tab?
So I got the rose pink dragon. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. I literally don't know if
The
it'll pick
love
it up.
of the universe.
Yeah.
She's cute though.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Ooh.
Ultimately, everything is love because outside of Earth, that's all that exists. It's energy, mass, and love, like the frequency of love. And so, right, like that is like the essence of all the things outside of here. And that is the essence that we are trying to push into here because the hate is not going to heal the world, right? The love is and the peace. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Very cool.
Heck yeah.
Let's see who's my dragon today. Yay! I love all of them. I have the orange and gold dragon from Octorius. Opens you to knowledge for the golden age. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light.
Oh.
Right?
That's fitting. I mean,
It always is, and that's the cool part about oracle cards. Because when you set your intentions, they know they are here as tools to help us. Now, none of us need tools to help us, but it's good to have them because then it's encouragement along the way. It's, hey, you're not crazy. You're going the right way, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in coincidences. I just don't believe in coincidences. I used to, don't get me wrong. But then when you actually, like, your eyes fully open and you start to awaken, you start to see, like, nope, it's not even possible that these are coincidences. And then if a mathematician decided to do the stats, right, I'm sure, like, the probability is, like, right?
yeah.
So, very cool.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So, for oracle cards, you're kind of they give you the meaning, but you are also interpreting it in your own way as well.
Yeah. So, of course, with anything that you intake in life, right? You go to a movie, you watch a movie. Well, you decide what you take away from that, right? It's the same thing with an oracle card, right? It's giving you guidance that the universe, your creator, believes you need to know to help you with where you are and to help you get to where you're headed. And so we're always right where we're meant to be. And we're always given what we're in frequency and alignment for. Which is why, like, people who, they keep getting hit by the stick. All I can think of is Big Daddy, where the guy's
With Adam
rollerblading. Yeah, right. And the kid throws the stick in front, right? When you keep getting the stick and you keep falling on the concrete, it's because your frequency matches you falling on the concrete. You have to figure out how to break the cycle, change and
Yeah.
shift the frequency inside of you to step out of the loop pattern, right? People in a lack mindset, they look at their bank account and they see $0 and they think they're poor. Except, even if they had a penny, they should look at it and be like, look at all that opportunity and abundance. Because when you look at your bank account and say, look at all the opportunities I have here, all of a sudden, the number in the bank account goes up. So lack mindset, right? That's another one of those things, right? A low frequency, low vibrating energy that we don't need. We don't want it. So we're just going to give that away and we're going to fill it in with the good things. We're going to take what vibrates high as a resonating frequency, right? That's what these cards are. You take what resonates as truth and you leave the rest. And when you are people suffering from anxiety and depression, they're stuck in a loop, right? And the darkness of the cave that they create for themselves, the sensory overload that they then experience if they step out of that cave of darkness. It's like they're preparing themselves for that shuttered in. Except when people have anxiety and depression and they kind of shut themselves in, that's really Spirit's way of saying, I just need you to sit and go within your own body, and I need you to find the God that you are, the infinite soul that you are inside of yourself. And I'm giving you this time inside of yourself to figure that out. Except in the world we live in, you're not barefoot on the earth, properly connected and grounded, so the energies in your body aren't moving right, and we fizzle out or have an electrical meltdown, right? Like our circuits aren't connecting properly because we don't have all the tools in place. And then it's like, well, crap, now I can't handle anything. So now I need to go to a doctor and I'm going to take these pills that they give me. And well, those pills aren't designed to make you better, because what company wants to sell themselves out of business? Let's be real. The drug companies and the food companies, and the food companies and the drug companies. So I don't know, right? Like, I don't think those things are going to be what cures you. I think that's going to help you survive and give you another ailment, right? So it's like, how do we move through those frequencies, and how do we not do that? Well, we just have to shake it off. We have to, like, literally, when you hear people say shake it off, right? Ground yourself on earth and shake it off, and envision the heavy crap that doesn't align shaking off, going into the earth, so the earth can transmute that energy into something else, right? Because we can't create or destroy the energy. But if we fling energy off right here, and then Tab gets up and stands up and walks through it, well, Tab might take on all the energy of all the crap that we just dumped here, because we didn't give the energy a destination of where we were sending it when we were taking it away.
Damn, I just picked that up.
Right? So really, that's where the mindfulness comes in, right? Like, so when you don't want something, you're trying to break out of a cycle, send that down to Mother Earth, shake it off, ground yourself in nature, and then put in what you want. What do you want?
It's like transmutation.
Yes, yes, and that's exactly what it is. You have to transmute the energy. There's nothing else we can do with this energy, right?
Yeah.
Except transmute it or get stuck in it, right? And so, like, tonight, I'll have people here, I'll play different instruments, we will do some energy healing and stuff, and we're literally trying to help them transmute energy. Stephanie is very known for it. Stephanie does not burp outside of here, but Stephanie comes here, and as she's doing energy healing, she will have these wicked belches. They'll be super loud. And we all giggle because we know, well, what just happened? Well, Stephanie took in the crappy energy from the person, it moved through her, and then she burped it out, and that was the transmutation of energy right there.
Yeah.
Right? So,
cool.
and it sounds funny, right? Like to the layman, but we sat like first time comers, and we're like, look, if someone burps or farts, they're transmuting energy and they're doing you a favor, and people will look at you like, what?
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, right? That is a movement of energy, no matter how you look at it. Not to mention, if anything ever wants out of your body, you need to let it out, because that means that it's not meant to be inside of it. But just be careful where you do those things and be appropriate.
I try and be as appropriate as possible.
Great.
Poor Cameron, he lives with me.
True. I can hear the things
Yeah.
that come out of your body all the way from where I live.
Oh, you're too funny.
It's all the time.
You have a notebook with questions. Do you have other questions while we're...
I do.
Yeah.
And I apologize for slowing down. I didn't realize how sleepy I was until I sat in this chair and got comfy with this blanket. So I think I gotta take the blanket off. Unfortunately. Also, I put my Bigfoot shoes on. I just bought them today. So
Raise it up. Raise it up. You gotta go higher. with
Hello.
your foot. Yeah. Cameraman's giving direction. Yeah, look at this.
Great.
all right, let me put the grippers away. Gotta pay extra for that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were talking earlier about space and how like you don't necessarily, not that you don't believe in space, but like what is space? How would you say that you align with astrology?
Yeah, so astrology, the stars were undeniably in a fixed position when each of us were born. and the moon, the sun, and everybody had a position. And I can feel the energy of the moon and I can feel the energy of the sun. And then when I tap into like planets and like connect with that, I can feel their energy, right? And so astrology has a lot of energy because everything is light, right? It's all emitting energy. So I align with astrology pretty well. I'm not an astrologer by any means. I took an astrology class with a beautiful human for about a year at her kitchen table. So I understand this much because, right, like she taught me this much, but this is what I actually remember.
Yeah. I'm into astrology, is why I asked.
Okay.
I love astrology.
Okay. Okay. So do you retain it? Is it like natural for you?
I have to research a lot about the same thing multiple times.
Okay.
But then once it clicks, it clicks. I'm like,
Okay.
okay. Now I know that, and I'll file that back. I also
Yeah.
have a notebook full of all my notes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and so like astrology is awesome because when someone explains it to us in a way that we can understand, right? We can see like, okay, this, I think it's an AC. It is like, this is what you came here to do. This is what you came here to accomplish. So it like gives you a roadmap of life. Actually, I had my friend do this on my niece and nephew and pull up their birth charts because some of the things the kids do, it's just like, what in the world is happening here? And you're being really difficult for your parents. So they say we aren't given a instruction book when we have children, except I learned about astrology and we kind of are. We're giving an astrological map, which really explained my niece and nephew to the T. Like my nephew came here to learn to communicate, which is why he stinks at communicating. Like, but that makes sense because every planetary alignment and all the things come up with, he has no ability to communicate.
I was telling, while we were gone, about an hour and a half passed, I was telling him about how he was selling popcorn for the music
popcorn
department at his school.
Yeah.
And without getting too much into it, he came up to me during a dinner and he said, "Would you like to buy some popcorn?" I was like, "Is this a business venture of yours? What do you mean?" And he's like, "Musical popcorn." And I, of course, got more confused because popcorn is not musical unless it is popping. And I was like, maybe he's starting a business. I'm like, sure. What is it? And he's like, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go ask. I'm like, you're pitching me your product. You gotta tell me what it is and why I should buy it. So after back and forth, I was like, how do I pay you? He's like, oh, I don't know. Let me get back to you on that. And we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, he definitely could use a little more communicating, but that is exactly why he was plopped right where he's at. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but asking about astrology, did you have somewhere else that you wanted to take that?
If we dive deeper into astrology, have you done any research on human design?
I've heard a little bit about it. I've seen a little bit about it, but I have not actually thrown myself into study there.
It's worth it.
Yeah?
It's worth it.
Okay.
It goes deeper because it combines the chakra system. I always say this one wrong. I Ching, one of those.
Okay.
Astrology.
I'm itching to know. I'm sorry.
The Kabbalah, and I always mix this one up. It's not neuroscience, quantum physics.
Okay. Yeah.
So it combines all of those to give you kind of like a body graph, and then you have all these channels that connect all your body graphs. And the body graph has your centers, which are the chakras, and then the channels are the. I had this in my brain for so long.
You're doing a hand mudra right now, by the way.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Yeah,
bring it in.
That's a good. That's a good mudra.
What does it mean?
So there's all different types of hand mudras, and each different one. Like this is a power one, so people in meetings, you'll see them sit like this.
I sit like
that's
that.
That's a power mudra. Yeah, and I'm not good at always remembering them off, right? But when you do certain ones, like creativity and like different things start coming through. So, but yeah, so just pay attention,
Focus.
right? Like, yeah, that's your focus one, right? Like
Clarity and focus.
and it's because the human design that you're talking about. So like even without diving into that, I know like the lines in your body. So your palm and each one of the tips of your fingers shoot energy out of them. So by you connecting ones, you're making a full circuit, first of all. Right? And then the others are shooting out the energies. So yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let me see if I have notes. Hold on.
Okay.
Because like the lines, they either tie in with the Kabbalah and the channels in the Kabbalah.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the doop 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 doop.
I have
doop,
a lines.
doop doop. Yeah, I know
Yes.
exactly what you're talking about, and that aligns right over the person and over the chakra system.
I have a lines question while you look.
Yeah.
Meridian lines, you brought those up earlier. I wrote
Yeah.
it down
Yeah.
because I didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you don't mean the prime meridian that goes straight across the globe.
Nope, not the equator or
Or
the
the
prime
other one.
meridian. No,
Is the prime meridian...
I don't know if they're one and the same. Honestly.
Okay, you better shut the hell up.
I don't honestly.
I don't
know
know
if they're one
why
and the
that's
same,
in my
but
head.
That just
That's
popped out.
funny.
So, but no, meridians in our bodies. So I had brought up. So more people understand like acupuncture, and acupuncture, like why they can stick a needle in you and it like here and it helps back here is because everything's connected, right? And it's connected by these energy highways that run through us. So if you think about like a picture of the body, of the veins going through your body, except now instead of veins, imagine those as your meridians, your electrical, the way that the electrons and energy is carried through your body. Those are your meridians. They run through all of your chakras.
I see.
But those meridians also, we have a point on the center of each of our hands, and it comes out of each of our nail beds, including on the bottom of our feet and out each one of our toes. That's also why they probably developed fingernail polish, because they have taken with Krylon camera photography pictures of people's energy coming out of their hands, and then they take pictures of that person with like painted fingernails, and you can see where it stifles all of their energy flow from their body. But these are energy meridians that literally are going through our hands, through our energy center, because we give energy here. Karate Kid wasn't a joke. I mean, wax on, wax off. I mean, as a Reiki practitioner, I'm literally pushing energy out of my hands. Which, just to clarify something, since you guys or the audience may not understand, Reiki, it has nothing to do with me. It's an energy that comes through you. So when you take classes and you study and learn, you get attuned at some point, and they literally open up an energy channel direct between you and source, so that you can pull the energy from above and move it through you. So I always say, like, I don't know nothing, I don't do anything, it's not me. Because it's not. It's source energy that I'm the conduit for that is moving through me. So yeah, I'm the physical vessel that's, right, might be doing things, but really, I don't need to know where the pain is in your body. I can probably find it, but I don't need to know where it is. Because the energy is smart, and wherever I put the energy, it's gonna go to where it needs to go. And most seasoned healers can put their hands in your energy field, and then they can start to figure out where the problems actually are in your body, which is what I do. So like when we took our time out, right, and I go up there with my client, we talk about some things, and she expresses emotion in different ways, and I bring in some sound healing and different things. Well, then I get into her energy field and I start moving around and checking her chakras and her centers, and it's like, oh, I find this here, I find this here on someone. And when I find something, it feels different to every energy practitioner. To me, sometimes it feels like the energy is just not flowing, or it feels hot, or it feels cold, or it feels thick.
Sometimes we'll be given an image, and we literally can then take our hands in there and we can scoop it out. Or we can use a crystal. Sometimes we're guided to use a crystal to remove it. And we literally take the blockage of whatever it is and give that to Mother Earth, right? Because we're taking it to a destination. And then I pull that energy from above and then I fill them back up. And if I see any light squirting out anywhere, right, we got to plug all the holes and make sure we fill them up completely, because people come to a healer because they want to be healed. And by healed, I mean they want to feel better than what they did when they came. That's what I mean by that, right? In no means can we heal or diagnose anything. We are not medical practitioners, right? I like to put that out in the disclaimer of things. But literally filling people with that light, and we are using the energy that comes through our meridians. This is why Mr. Miyagi, when Karate Kid and the kid hurts his leg and he warms up his hands and he gives energy, it's the same thing. It's the same thing in a different way, because we all have access to that energy. And I teach Reiki classes here at the sanctuary. Me and my sanctuary sisters, we teach a Reiki class, and so we actually get to introduce Reiki to people and open up their energy channels and then watch them start to give energy, and then we get to feel their energy as they're giving it to us, right? And then they get to feel ours and kind of learn things. But yes, energy meridians, it's the super highway of keeping ourselves happy and healthy. And when we walk barefoot on the earth, we pick up electrons and ions that come in through the soles of our feet into our body, which then takes our blood platelets and separates them and makes them flow properly. So anyone that has problems with like blood clotting or high blood pressure, diabetes, I mean, almost everything can be helped by earthing in one way or another. But energetic flow, movement, cancers, different things like that can all be assisted from grounding and earthing because of how and what it can do to your whole body. Because you're literally plugging your energetic system into a good frequency energy that is giving ions and electrons, right? So there's a bunch of science to it. Yeah, but
what does what?
Perfect, right?
But what does, so the lines run through me?
Yep. Each one of us have our own meridians, just like the ley lines on the earth. It's moving the energy around.
So are they in, like, do they go through specific parts of your body?
They do, and I don't know all of the exact, right, but they definitely move through all of us. We have them on the bottom of our feet and coming out of each of our toes, which also mean that meridian is going to run up our leg to here, and right, this one's going to run up to our hips here, and then they're going to probably come together at the base of our spine, I would say, because our spinal column is where most of our neurons and our neural network is. That's where like all the information is transferred up and down our spine.
I know that's where all my neurons are, because they're not in my brain. They sure aren't.
So, and those are words though. And so the more you say that, the less of them that actually exist there.
Oh yeah, you're telling me.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. So one with that theory, you might be like, ooh, okay, we're gonna maybe stop saying that. I'm creating new neuro pathways every day.
Oh yeah.
I might not have as many today, but I'm gonna have more tomorrow.
I sure will.
Right? Because now you are creating what you want. Instead of, right? Because you don't want to have less, I don't think.
I'm a millionaire living in Bermuda.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Right. Wake up every day and tell yourself, right,
Me
like
too.
you're so abundant and you can live anywhere in the world. And
I love a good affirmation.
I'm gonna live in
Yeah.
Bermuda
I
with
love
a
affirmations.
crew
Yeah.
of 12 pirate.
Well, that's
Pirates,
just
okay.
Legal pirates.
illegal pirates. They don't steal.
Yeah, they don't.
The old-timey pirates where you're looking for treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which you say pirates, it makes me think of ghosts because you guys did a podcast on ghosts. And so the cool thing is the street that I live on, when I first moved in, the Ghostbusters lived up the street. Like
Oh my
straight up,
god, I
there was
forgot to. Did I tell you
white
that?
Ghostbuster car, and it was so cool because every time I would drive by, the people had added and done more things to it. Now it's been MIA for like 6 months, but there's a truck and a trailer in the backyard. So I'm like, okay, did they get it so fancy? Because I think they were taking it to different paranormal shows and things. did it get so fancy that now it lives inside the trailer and it only, right, they don't actually drive it and it doesn't sit in front of their house being weathered anymore. But it had everything down to a T. So cool. So I always like to say, I know where the Ghostbusters live. But if you ever really do need a paranormal investigator, I also do know some real Ghostbusters in this life. Like not the ones from the TV show, but people that go out there with like their equipment and investigate places.
That's gonna be us one day.
Yeah.
Today, actually.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just putting that out into space.
That's really interesting that you brought up the ghosts, because that was literally the main point of the podcast was talking about ghosts, cryptids, conspiracy theories, just like random stuff that we thought about. And then we started talking about lucid dreaming. And then we started talking about astral projection, and that has led us here.
Now we're here.
And now we're talking about, meridian lines and ley lines, and I got all kinds of lines.
I'm gonna have to watch this video back.
Yeah. Which, I mean, if you need to get
And
into
look stuff up.
teleportation and portals, I got a lot on that as well, including 2 portal experiences from when I was a kid. So,
I want to know about dragons. Tell me about dragons.
Okay, yeah,
Because
since-
dragons,
yeah.
to me, I love look, dragon.
yeah.
I love dragons. It's really crazy. We'll have to take a picture and we'll put it up. But the dragon mural that you have is a purple dragon, just like Spyro. And in your room, the walls are purple, and you have a dragonfly wind chime thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, Spyro's best friend is a dragonfly. And it was just
cool.
tripping me out. I was like, this is tripping. I was losing my mind. Tell us about dragons.
Dragons. So, dragons are these beautiful creatures whom we've always been told never existed. But yet they show up through time in fairy tales and different things. And in Europe, there you will see them on top of buildings. Like stone carved dragons and different things like that. And what they will tell you is that the dragons protect everything in the town underneath them. Like they're the watchers that are protecting. And that is a lot of what dragons do. But dragons connect us from this realm with the angels. And dragons help us move safely through one portal to another portal. Now, just before everyone goes and tries to figure out more about portals, you cannot go into a natural portal unless you are supposed to go into the natural portal and you are at the correct frequency, which means you are at the perfect time, place, and space. So
I'm gonna keep running into a wall.
Yeah.
Go through.
So we have to attune ourselves.
yeah, and if you are meant to use that specific portal, whatever you're trying to, then you will. That's why when you hear stories of people walking through the forest and they're in a line and the last person disappears, it's because they all walked in between the same set of 2 trees. Well, there was a portal there. There's a natural portal right there. The others didn't go anywhere because they weren't in frequency. They weren't in alignment with it. It wasn't part of their destiny that they needed to go, right? They weren't an energetic match, so they didn't go anywhere. Whereas the person that disappears to us here in this realm, we just think they disappear. Whereas in reality, had those people turned around and felt the energy around where they just were, they would have been able to identify said portal. Or using a pendulum or body testing or other various ways that I could name. But you can sense where a portal is if you are looking for a portal. We can find them. But yeah, isn't that interesting?
I think my fixation with dragons has always been kind of what you said, where we are told that they don't exist or never existed.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, we know too much about things that don't exist for them not to exist sometimes.
Yeah.
Like giants, for example.
Yeah.
Even if they're not this, like, kind of like Jack and the Beanstalk style where they're like 50 feet tall. Maybe they were. But who's to say that there weren't 10-foot tall
Yeah.
guys walking around? Like,
I saw a post the other day about how they're hiding all of the giants in Antarctica. And every time that the glaciers start like melting or falling off, is the giants trying to break out of the glaciers.
that's some Ice Age level stuff right there.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Could
they're
be,
making
yeah.
a new Ice Age movie.
Oh, they are?
Apparently, even
That's
though that
fire.
company closed down. But
Company closed down.
yeah, BlueSky, it's gone. But those giants in Antarctica, there's a lot of wacky stuff in Antarctica, which I would love to do an episode on at some point to
Yeah.
see the most believable and most outrageous things that people believe is in Antarctica.
Yeah.
But I think there's
The seed bank in Antarctica. I think it's in Antarctica.
I think it's either
cool.
Antarctica or one of the cold European places that I can never remember the name of, but I'm pretty sure it's Antarctica. I think you're right.
I think it is.
Where the seed vault's at.
There's also one in like Russia has a seed vault.
But I think there's got to be dragons in Antarctica. If they did exist, it's
Didn't
got to
they
be.
Uncover like a dragon somewhere
Like the skull.
recently? Yeah.
I think I
Like a
remember
skeleton
hearing
or
about
something
that.
like that.
So I'm pretty sure, like I've seen some data, and nowadays it's hard to know was this data real or not, or who paid for the data to be collected, because that matters too, because you can make data look like anything. However, this data showed it was talking about, well, are dinosaurs actually real? Were the dinosaurs the dragons and the dinosaurs the cover? Because in a museum, none of the bones on display are actually real.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And so when I heard that with the data on that, I'm like, well, isn't that freaking interesting? So they're showing us fake stuff that they tell us is a copy of something real. But did you just leave off his wings? Like, who knows? Anything's possible.
well, maybe their wings are kind of like...
Cartilage.
yeah, it could be like kind of like our ears,
Right? Yeah.
maybe, where they just don't...
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
it's
leave
just
'em.
skin and it's just gone. Maybe there's no bones or... I refuse to believe
Yeah.
it. You could tell me a lot of things. Dinosaurs, they were out there.
Okay.
They had to have been.
Okay.
I believe in dragons, I think. So I grew up in a really interesting religious household. One side was Jehovah's Witness and one side was pagan. And I was like, cool.
The mashup of a century right there.
It was crazy going back and forth. But my mom was doing, sorry mom, I'm exposing you. She was doing like spirit guide work with one of her friends. And I can't remember exactly, but I was very little, so I don't exactly remember the full extent, but I walked in on it, interrupted it. And I swear on everything, I saw it. And it was a dragon. It was a red dragon.
Really?
I swear.
So I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I work with dragons in a lot of my healing, and they'll come. And actually, the other day, I know it sounds funny, but like someone was like, "Here, I gift you a dragon." And to the outside world, they're like, "Huh?" Except that person worked with this energy, and that energy helped. And literally, like when he said, "Here, I gift this to you," like I saw the gift and I saw the dragon, and so they are here, but they don't always show themselves to everyone and everything, because
Yeah.
not everyone and everything is meant for it. Right? They aren't in the right frequency.
I've never seen your dragon again, but
Yeah, it's
so
okay.
I saw that one time.
You know it's possible now, which also means that you're not stopping it from happening in your own perception.
I have to be
Come on,
drawn.
dragons.
I have to be drawn to dragons for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you're my kid, and I have dragons painted all over this place. I'm connected to dragons. I birthed you, so there's at least some kind of like
I
lineage.
think I've
energetic.
connected everyone to dragons. I
Papa
played
even likes
so
the
much,
dragons.
so many Spyro games growing up.
I love Spyro as a kid.
Right?
Too.
Yeah,
The dragons,
It was
man.
a good game.
yeah.
What was the? Yep. What's the time at? Question mark.
What were we looking at?
39 minutes.
39 minutes. Wowza.
We did pretty good.
We did pretty good. There's a lot of footage. I hope that this third. I think this is the third big chunk. I hope most of it's usable and I wasn't too sleepy. I feel a little bit better now.
I'm awake.
but
No, that was
we're gonna have to cram all of this into one, maybe 2 episodes. Do a part 1, part 2, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, depending on what our editor does. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't care. This is your guys' radio.
Yeah. Well,
This is
Yeah.
off script. Editor, cut this out. By the way.
yeah. Cut this out. Hey, cut it out. Hey, what's the matter with
Cut this
you?
out, cut
Hey, cut it out.
So do you guys do you need to say ending or anything?
Well, I was gonna. I
Hey,
was
thanks for
gonna.
having me.
I was gonna say, do you have any burning questions?
No.
No. Do you have questions for us?
Holy water. I just want to inform you about the holy water.
Oh, tell me
Okay.
about the holy water.
Okay.
You told me, and I didn't. I don't know that I brought it up.
Yeah, so the holy water. Yes, you can make holy water. However, like it's an intense process making holy water and a lot of concentration, and I would highly recommend that the water first is sat out under a full moon to gather that energy as well. And then do the blessings and things. But the reason why that the person who blessed the lake with the Loch Ness monster, whatever it was, yep, with the sprinkles. I know, and you guys laugh because it's just a couple of drops, right? But it is very hard and labor intensive to make holy water. It takes a lot of energy to create it.
Yeah.
So much so that there's like people who sit in big groups that make holy water together and things like that, right? And so one drop of holy water can turn every bit of water near it that's touching it into holy water.
Okay. That makes sense.
So it's
Makes
like
a lot more
it's like the
sense.
consciousness of those snowflakes, right?
So he only needed 1 drop.
he really only needed 1 drop to make the
So either way, this guy
Yes.
was.
But you always, I mean, when we bless something with holy water, we literally take that and we
Yeah.
give that, right? Where it just, and it's the
It's muscle memory.
It's the intent as well that you put into that as well. Like I'm cleansing and clearing all of it, right?
Yeah.
That's just extra energy. Not to mention it's shooting energy out of your hands at the same time to assist in all of it. So I really just wanted to make sure. I don't know. There's so many. At some point, I'd have to go through your podcast and tell you all the different things because I'm sure there's questions.
Yeah,
But
you can also make sure if we're wrong about anything, you gotta let us know.
yeah, definitely, right?
I'm never wrong. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I've never been wrong.
I've been wrong many times.
I have too, probably more than I've been right.
Yeah.
Guys, I think that does it. I can't believe it. We've been here for probably 4 hours now at this point,
I think so,
off and on recording.
Yeah.
But this was my mom, Melissa. You want to shout out the business?
Sure. The Sanctuary of Spiritual Healing, peace2love.com. And that's the number 2, peace2love.com. And we're really here to meet you where you are and help you with whatever it is that you need help with. Check out the website and just understand that you are always right where you are supposed to be. But if it doesn't feel good, come find someone that can help you move into your highest and best self. So I appreciate both of
Awesome.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank
was
you
so
for
fun.
having us here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Keeg. This is Tab.
Hey.
And thank you for burning the midnight oil with us once again. And we will see you guys next week.